Hey, what's up guys? It's Praveen here. Let's check out the top 10 facts of the day. Number 10. The world's largest airplane weighs nearly 600 tons. The Antonov AN-225 has an impressive maximum takeoff weight of 591.7 tons. In comparison, the Boeing 747-8F's maximum takeoff weight is 489,218 pounds, less than at 347.091 tons. Number 9. Black boxes aren't actually black. The black box, also known as the flight data recorder, is actually painted bright orange. The heat-resistant paint used to coat the box's exterior comes in a highlighted orange hue, which also happens to make them easier to find in case of an accident. Number 8. Why planes leave trails in the sky? Those white lines that planes leave in the sky are simply trails of condensation. Hence, their technical name of contrails. Plane engines release water vapor as a part of combustion process. When the hot water vapor is pumped out of the exhaust and hits the cooler air of the upper atmosphere, it creates those fluffy white lines in the sky. It's basically the same reaction as when you breathe when it's cold outside. Number 7. About those oxygen masks. The safety instructions on most flights include how to use the oxygen masks that are deployed when the plane experiences a sudden loss in the cabin pressure. However, one of the things that the flight attendants don't tell you is that oxygen masks only have about 15 minutes worth of oxygen. That sounds like a frightening short amount of time, but in reality that should be more than sufficient. Remember, oxygen masks drop when the airplane cabin loses pressure, which means the plane is also losing altitude. A pilot will respond to that situation by donning an oxygen mask and moving the plane to an altitude below 10,000 feet, where passengers can simply breathe normally. No extra oxygen required. That rapid decrease usually takes way less than 15 minutes, meaning those oxygen masks have more than enough air to protect passengers. Number 6. Why airplane food tastes so bad? Airplane food has a bad reputation, but the food itself isn't entirely to blame. The real fault lies with the plane. The environment inside an airplane actually alters the way food and drinks taste. Sweet items tasted less sweet, while salty flavors were heightened. The dry recycled air inside the plane cabin doesn't help either, as low humidity can further dull taste and smell, making everything in the plane seem bland. It's about 30% more difficult to detect sweet and salty taste when you are up in the air. Next time, when you fly, skip the meal and maybe try a glass of tomato juice instead. Number 5. What the tiny hole in the airplane window does. It's to regulate the cabin pressure. Most airplane windows are made up of 3 panels of acrylic. The exterior window works as you would expect, keeping the elements of out and maintaining pressure. In unlikely event that something happens to the exterior pane, the second pane acts as a fail-safe option. The tiny hole in the interior window is there to regulate air pressure, so the middle pane remains intact and uncompromised until it is called into duty. Number 4. You don't need both engines to fly. The idea of an engine giving out mid-flight sounds frightening, but every commercial plane can fly just with one engine. Operating with half the engine power can make a plane less fuel efficient and may reduce its range, but planes are designed and tested for such situations. As Popular Mechanics reported, any plane scheduled on a long-distance route, especially for those who fly over oceans or through uninhabited areas like the Arctic, must be certified by the Federal Aviation Administration for Extended Range Twin Operation, which is basically how long it can fly with one engine. The Boeing Dreamliner is certified for ETOPS 330, which means it can fly for 330 minutes. That's 5.5 hours with just one engine. Number 3. Why cabin crew dims the light when a plane is landing? When a plane lands at night, cabin crews will dim the interior lights. Why? In the unlikely event that the plane landing goes badly and passengers need to evacuate, their eyes will already be adjusted to the darkness. Imagine being in an unfamiliar bright room filled with obstacles when someone turns off the light and asks you to exit quickly. Similarly, flight attendants have passengers raise their window shades during landing so that they can see outside in an emergency and access if one side of the plane is better for an evacuation. Number 2. There is no safest seat in the plane. The FAA says there is no safest seat on the plane. Through a time study of plane accidents found that the middle seats in the back of the plane had the lowest fatality rate in a crash. Their research revealed that during plane crashes, the seats in the back third of the aircraft had a 32% fatality rate compared with 39% in the middle third and 38% in the front third. Number 1. Planes are designed to withstand lightning strikes. Planes are designed to be struck by lightning and they are regularly hit. It's estimated that lightning strikes each aircraft once a year or once per every 1000 hours of flight time. Yet, lightning hasn't brought down a plane since 1963 due to careful engineering that lets the electric charge of a lightning bolt run through the plane and out of it, typically without causing damage to the plane. Change